Hi everyone. So let me explain how we can securely deploy our EC2 instances in the AWS. So it's like a secure communication and secure networking. Let's go into further. Today I'm going to explain everything about VPCs, subnets, security groups, and EC2 instances. So these things I'm going to cover now. Let me just create. Yeah. Copy it. Mm, Yeah, so I'm going to cover about the VPCs, subnets, security groups, and EC2 instances. So let's dive into it. Let me explain it theoretically. So let's say you have an how can I say the layers? Okay. First, we are going to create an VPC. VPC is nothing but a wide area network. Okay. First we are going to create an VPC. In this VPC, we will get what can I say? Let me show you how the IP address will be. Suppose 10.2.0.0/16. So suppose this is the IP address we get from this internet service provider. But at AWS, it is like a virtual one. Amazon will take care of this IP address range and all. Suppose in your VPC, you will get this address, which means you are getting around how much? 65,536. So this much of IP addresses you are getting for this one, which is the queues network. You don't need all these IP address in the same network, right? We are trying to divide these one into subdomains, which is subnets. Okay. So let me choose something. Yeah. So these are the subnets. Let me. Yeah. So these two are subnets. Subnet one. There's a subnet two. Okay. So I have been divided these subnet into subnet one and subnet two. Let me give an IP address to this one. So let's say the IP address range is 10.2.1.0/24, which means we will get around 256 IPs. Okay. The same thing, but with a little modification. So 10.2.0. Okay, I am dividing this file 65,536 into 256 into one group and 256 into another group. Okay, remaining thing I don't need. For now we are working on these things. So and we are going to deploy our instances, which is the two instances in one will be in one subnet and another one will be in the other subnet. Okay, so uh, so everything is deployed here. We have a VPC and a subnet. But who can access these instances? Okay, now everything haven't been configured any securities to it, so anyone can come into this. Sorry, no one can come into this VPC because it is internal VPC. So for me, this VPC is like a local host. If you create a VPC, it is like your local host. No one can reach to it to reach this instance. But your EC2 instances also can't reach the internet because you haven't defined any connection to the internet. Okay, so to make the communication between your internet and also the sub like any resources in this VCPCs, you have to define an internet gateway, which is a IGW. So which is internet gateway. There is no internet gateway. So nothing is shown here. So let me create a one. So internet gateway, the name itself shows it's a gateway to the internet. Okay. So through this gateway, the flow can be come and go. So suppose this is the internet, sorry, public. So public can connect to the through this instance to this sorry gateway to the instances inside it. Okay, so from here you can connect to this one, from there you can connect to this one, but giving access to the public is a not a good thing. Okay, to make our application more secure, we have to make a subnets for security groups, like implementing the securities. Let's say I'm going to secure mine. So this one will goes to backwards. Where is it? Send backwards. Oh, wait. Let's say. Okay. So this is my subnet. Sorry, security group. SG. Let's call it SG. The same thing I was doing for this instance. So you can attach the same security group to both the instances, or you can create a new security group to the other instances. Because based on the rules you will define in the security group, you can restrict the people to accessing your EC2 instances. So let's say this one is a security group one. Okay, Control C, Control V, security group. Let's create an scenario where people can access these instances of only this one, not the instances in the subnet. Okay. So another thing, let me explain. So security groups can't be given, can only be assigned to an instance, not the subnet. Okay, so I have to resize this one because security groups are assigned to the instances, not to the networking. So I said before, diagram shows subnet. Okay, so now you get it right. The security groups. Yeah. So I can add security group one to this instance, like EC2 instance. I can add this security group EC2 to this instance. So people are having a scenario where public can reach out to the instances in the subnet one, but they can't reach to the subnet two. But for now, everything can be accessible for the internet, like public. So let us secure our EC2 instances in the subnet two by adding the rules in these security groups. So let me try that. So people, sorry. So once the people connected to the internet gateway, so from the gateway, they can able to connect to this instance. Okay, okay, but they can't connect to this. Say- So this can't be done. Um, mm, okay, let me define from here only. So people can't be accessed from this subnet to this subnet, but people, like, sorry. This instance can be accessed only from this instance. So people can't be accessed from here to here. So they can't connect from their instance, their local to this instance. Only EC2, this EC2 instances connect to this EC2 instances. So I think there was maybe some confusion. Let's go through this again by implementing. So search for the VPC, open a VPC. So let us create a VPC. So let's give a VPC a name, practice, practice underscore VPC. Okay. And IPv4 for the, as we gave, this is the IP4 IP address for this VPC, which is 10.0.2.0.10.2.g.0/60/60. Okay. I don't want any IPv6 tenancy. I don't want any tenancies. Tenants is nothing but dedicated one. So every time this IP address will be given to this VPC one. I don't want that like changing as a okay for me. So let's create a VPC. You can see it was created in a seconds. Can you guess why? Because it is just like a rule file. It is not any AIT. It was not running up any CPU or something. It is just a rule. Everything, this VPC, this subnet and security group, all these things are just a rules that are defined in the AWS. Only the thing is EC2 instances is the only thing that was running on the AWS. That's why you can see you are only chargeable for the EC2 instances, not for the VPCs. You can have any number of VPC, any number of subnets, any number of security groups. You are not charged for those because they are just the rules. Maybe some only some bytes of data is stored, so not any CPU, not any memory. Only you have to pay only for the EC2 instances. So with the rules that are defined in the VPC subnets, the AWS will maintain the communication and also the security for these the instances. Okay, so let's go to subnet. So first we have created a VPC. Let's attach let's create subnets. Okay, let's create a subnet, two subnets. So create a subnet. So it was asking my VPC, which is practice VPC. And coming to the subnets, I can say subnet uh, PRS practice subnet one. Okay. Availability availability zones, I can say East USA 1A. And this is my IPv4 of the VPC. And sorry for the late. Okay, so for the subnet 1, we can choose 10.2.1.0/24, which is 256 IP addresses for the subnet 1. Okay, it was having a tag name with the practice subnet 1. Yes, that's okay for me. See, you can see it was created in seconds. Okay, let's create another subnet with the same practice VPC and this one practice subnet to availability zones. This time I will choose a 1B and subnet 10.2.2.0/24. Okay, the same thing which was defined here. So the IPv6 the IPv4 for the VPC is 10.2.0.0, and for the subnet 1 10.2.1.0, and subnet 2 10.2.2, which means any EC2 instances that are deployed in the subnet, they will get the first three numbers are the same, the last one will be different. Okay, so the last numbers are ranged from 0 to 256. Okay, the same thing here. So any EC2 instances that are deployed in the subnet 2, that will get the initial three numbers are 10.2.2 is common. Only the thing difference is the last one number, which is like a 0 to 256. Okay, so till now we have created a VPC, we have a subnet. So I don't give internet gateway. I will give you later so that to show you without a gateway, the people can't talk with the EC2 instances. Okay, so let's deploy our EC2 instances into these subnets. So EC2 instances. So launch an EC2 instance. So launch an instance name, practice, practice VM1. Okay. So Ubuntu Windows is fine for me, and I don't have any AMIs. So it was taking its own AMI. So T2 Micro is instance is fine for me. So coming to the key pair, so I think you are, think I will assume you all know about this settings, everything. But otherwise, let me explain it again. Okay. So I was giving a name for my instance. Okay. And to run an instance, it was asking me which OS version you want. So I said flavor. I said Ubuntu flavor is fine for me, and AMI is like image of this OS image for this one. Okay. So, and the architecture is 64-bit one, and which is published in 2022, so 2025, the latest one. The username, predefined username is Ubuntu one. So for the instance, so until now, we have choose the OS version. Now it was asking about the infrastructure like the CPU memory. So the free eligible one is the T2 micro with the one CPU and one G2 memory. That's okay for me. So if anyone wants to log into the instance, it was asking which by using a authentication token, you have to log in. So authentication token, let's create a new token. So new token name is practice VM token. Token, I think here, token is not a text file. Text one, it is a file. It is a .pem file. Okay, I will create a file. It is downloaded. So if you open, it was not. Okay, let's leave it again. This one. So coming to the networking part, this is the important part. Or we have to edit this one. So VPC, our practice VPC and subnet. The first VM will goes to the subnet one. So which is practice subnet one. Here, practice subnet one. Fine. Auto assign public IPs. So let's as enable for VM1. We are not enabling for the VM2. Okay. I was enabling VM1. Okay. Security group. Okay. I haven't told you anything about security group, right? So let's create a certain security group. So security group name. This is SG1. Okay. Description something it was given. So here inbound rules and outbound rules. Okay. So by default it gave SSH for the TCP 22. That's fine. So source is anywhere. Yeah. So it for now it gave only for the SSH connection. So when you type in the Google, it is HTTP connection. It is different one. So this is the SSH connection. So let's create another inbound rules. So inbound is nothing but a traffic flow. So it was asking me whoever wants to connect to this one instance or which protocol. So for now, let's say all traffic. Okay, allow every traffic anywhere. Okay, okay. So anyone can access this instance. So for the storage type, it was saying for this 8 GB RAM, it was giving. That's fine. RAM, not a RAM. It's a storage thing. Okay, so let's launch the instance. Okay. Okay, so it will take some time to active. Who is well, let's refresh this one. Let me start these two. I have some other VM which are running. So let's say we have only VM1. Let's create another VM2 which is deployed on the via subnet to practice VM2. Ubuntu is fine for me. Again, everything is same. Keep it. I already have a practice VM token. You can you can use one token to as an token for any instance that was creating it for from you, from the user you. Okay. So VPC, practice VPC and subnet. Yes, subnet 2 and assign. No, I don't want any public. No one can reach this EC2 instances. Security group. I already created a security group for the previous one. No, 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 no. Let's create another security group. This is security group 2. In security group 2, I was giving only SSH. So people can only connect to through through this SSH only. Okay. No one can access. I haven't given to public access, but uh, I gave the SSH access. Okay. I will change that one also. So security group, everything is fine. Let's launch the instance. Okay. Yeah. So show me only everything is just running. Yeah. So these two are running, which is status is still installing. That both comes to the in running state. So until now, I have a VPC and I have a subnet and I have another subnet, subnet 1, subnet 2, and I have deployed EC2 instance and EC2 instance 2. So for the first EC2 instances in the subnet 1, I have gave a security group 1, and second EC2 instances in subnet 2, I have given another security group 2. Okay, so and I gave 000 all traffic to this one. I haven't gave anything, only SSH connection is SSH is a mandatory thing because without SSH, who can access the EC2 instance, right? So this one has a SSH and this one also has SSH. But this one has the public access, which is I have given all traffic. But this one I haven't give anything, any access. So when you had the inbound rules, which means incoming traffic, outbound rules is nothing but outgoing traffic. So for the incoming traffic, I gave public access. Okay, the public can access to this one. But until now, I haven't get any gateway. So without gateway, there is no communication between the VPC and also the public. I will show you. So let's refresh it again. So you can see I got a public IP for the VM1. I haven't got anything. But if I scroll over here, where is this? Okay, nothing is there here. Actually, I want to show you the private IP address. Let me, yeah, the VM1 is active. Let's select this one and go to networking tab. You can see, where is this? Yeah, you can see it has a public IP and it has a private IP. But when you select the VM2 and go to the networking page, you can see there is no public IP address here. Sorry, cannot hear this one. This one. You can see there is no public IP address. You have only private IP address, which means only from the internal AWS flow only this VM is accessible. The outer public can't access this one. Only the internal service, which in the AWS. So this is the one which is inside the AWS, inside this VPC. This one only can reachable to the VP, this one because of the private IP address, which is private one. Okay. So another one. Uh, okay. Let's give it a second VM2 let's connect. So let's open VM1 and connect. So I was giving a connection to this one, my local. Okay, let's go back again. Let's open the terminal. Okay, where is the terminal? Where is the terminal? Okay, actually I had extended screen, so that's why it is going back. Okay, let's maximize the keyboard. Okay, so I was doing SSH. I actually go to, I will go to I don't go to. So actually, I had downloaded the file, right? PEM file, which is download something. It was in downloads folder. You have to change this executable mode. Change the permission to that one. Change mode 777. It was in downloads folder. Something practice VM.token file. I gave a permission. That's SSH hyphen I. I was giving this PEM file. Load practice. What is the IP address of my VPC? Yeah. So This is in public IP address. I had copied it. IP. Ubuntu, sorry. As I said, there was a default username, right? Which is Ubuntu. It was not giving anything. So these commands you can get it from here. Connect. See here, SSH. You can see it was saying open SSH client, which is my terminal. Look at your pen key private key file, which is my practice VM token file. So run this command, so which is like a change mode 400. I have given it 700, which is full access to this file. And it was saying connect to your instances with your public IP address. What is this command? This one, SSH hyphen I, your PM file, Ubuntu at the rate of public IP. You can see still now I haven't get anything. So because it was blocked by the public. Without public internet gateway, no one can access it, right? So let's add the internet gateway. Let's type IZW, API internet gateway, not API gateway, internet gateway. Let's create a new internet gateway. So what is the gateway for practice VPC internet gateway? Okay, simple thing, just a simple thing. I have saying maximum reached. So let me this date these two. I think I can only delete this one. Detach VPC. Detach. Backup. Yes, delete. Yes, I had deleted. Let's create another one, which is practice VPC internet gateway. Okay, create. It was created. Okay, so internet gateway has to attach to the VPC, right? So go back again and open again. Practice this one. It was detached. So you have to attach it. Attach to a VPC. What is the VPC? Practice VPC. Add internet gateway. So now the internet gateway is active. So anyone can from here can access this one. Okay. So let's go back again. It's 1 second. Let's do 400, not a 700. 400. Ubuntu _31. Let's copy it from here. Let's put our EC2 instances. Instances. I want only the running one. My public VM1. Connect. Copy it. Exit. Paste. Okay. So this was not my Docker. It was in my downloads folder. No, it is not connecting. Let's close this one. The same thing actually. Let's do. So it was not connecting because subnet practice. So it was saying the security group is not in a public subnet. You say subnet is not in a public subnet. So who was stopping these subnets to access the public? Let's go to VPC. Let's go to subnets. Oh, subnet is subnet one. This one. Route. Okay, okay. Still now, I haven't told you anything about the route table. Okay. So a route table is nothing but a table that is accessible for in every instances inside the VPC. It is like a book record. So how does this subnet will know there was API gateway created? No, right, I haven't mentioned anything because I gateway is only attached to the VPC, not to the subnet. Okay. So what not a VPC? What is a route table? Route table. Okay. So through this route table only, the VPC EC2 instances will know gateway is created. Okay. So you have to mention in the route table, I have created a route gateway. Okay. So what is the route table? Edit route table association. Actually, RTB, actually, I haven't created any route table. Let's create a route table first. Or why to create route table, route table. The VPC, create a table, practice route table. For under which VPC? Under practice VPC. Here it is, route table. So I have created route table, subnet association. So for this route table, let's see, for this route table, you have to add the subnet, these two subnets, and this IP gateway, internet gateway, so that everything will know everything. So internet gateway will know there was subnet one, subnet two, and the subnet one will know there was internet gateway and subnet two. Okay, this is like a book table. Okay, let's edit the subnet one and subnet two. Okay, I have associated. So under the route table, edit route table, add a route. Which route? For everything, I have a gateway, internet gateway. Yes, internet gateway. What is the name? Practice VPC gate. Yes. So now our route table has every table of subnet one, subnet one, subnet two, and internet gateway. So from using so now go back to our terminal. Let's run it again. You can see it came in seconds. Okay. I can connect it. You can see Ubuntu at the rate my IP address, which of the public private IP address of the VM1. Okay, let's exit this one. Clear. So if you go to another EC2 instances, which is subnet sorry VM2, I want only the running one. VM2, you don't have any public IP address. So how can you connect? So if you click on connect, it was saying there is no public IP4 or IP6 address to connect. But how can I enter to this? Yes, you can enter from you can enter from this instance to this instance, not from the outside. Okay, so let's log into this instance first, which is our previous comment. Yeah, I logged in. So it is like 185. You can see 10.2.1.185. 10.2.1.185 means the IP address of this. You can say that these three numbers are constant, which is 10.2.1. Okay, so if you want, you can cross check also. If you go to instances, running instances, so click this one, go to networking. So inside the private, you can see 10.2.1.A185, which is a VM1. Okay, I have connected to VM1, but I want to connect to VM2. So let's go to VM2. What is the this is the public private IP address. You can see 10.2.2, which I said first three of the 10.2.2, and the last number is the different one, 231. I said that it will be 0 to 256. It gave 231. Okay, let's SSH Ubuntu. You can see I was not logging in from a local. I'm logging from the VM1 Ubuntu at the rate, which is 10.2.2. Let me copy paste this here. You can see it haven't asked me any file because all the things are the internal one. So it is secured one. It is permanently permission is denied. Why permission is denied? So if you see anything in the permission denied things and any thing that is stopping you, that mostly it's security group. So what is the security group? Let's go to security. Security group open in the new tab. So in the inbound role, I have only let me open this one again. So as I have only SSH connection, custom. Okay, let's add all traffic. I was allowing all traffic. My IP address, which means not my IP address, the VM1 IP address. What is the VM1 private IP address? Let copy this one and paste it here, slash 24. Okay, save roles. So I was allowing this IP address access to this EC2 instances in the security group, like in inbound roles. I changed everything. Let's try it. Give it a try. Why permission denied? So it will still need IP address. Think no. At least ping that one. 10.2.2. Yeah, it was actually enabled. I think we need a PEM file to connect to it, but at least I can ping it. It was reachable for me inside this. Yeah, I got it. Without a PEM file, without a password, who can log into EC2 instance? No one, right? So that's why it was not giving me. So what is the other way to access this one? I have to. The other way is like we have to upload from our local PEM file to this VM1, and from here you can access that too. Okay. Is there any other chance I can any other thing? I think no. There was no other thing to do. So without public IP, we can't access this one. And with the private ID, we can ping it. So you see, you thought like you can reach to this from your local also. Let me exit. You can see my name, which is my local name. Let's say SSH. Uh, well, I can use the previous command. SSH hyphen a prime file. So let's change this one to that private address of this VM2 2.2.2 See, we haven't got anything because it is a private one, it is a secured one. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So that's the video. So until now, what we have seen, we have created EC2 instances, we have created two subnets, and each subnet we have created one instance here and one instance here. And we created a security groups one and two. So with internet gateway, people can access the EC2 instances, and EC2 instances can access the internet gateway. So sorry, internet, public internet. So to make the communication between these three, you have to define them in the route table. Subnet one, subnet two, internet gateway. So then only they would know they are existed. So with the security group, we have stopped the internet in public to access the EC2 instance. Sorry, subnet in the EC2 instance. But VM1 can access the VM2. They can ping it at least. They can't log in because without any PIM. So that's the video for today.